You think you're doing the right thing. You wake up early, stretch a bit, maybe take a short walk, then pour yourself a tall, fresh glass of orange juice. After all, it's packed with vitamins. It feels healthy, natural, like something a man over 60 should be doing. But here's the hard truth, as a man grows older, what once worked for his body may now work against him. That same orange juice that once gave you a morning boost could now be quietly inflaming your prostate every single day. And the worst part? You wouldn't even notice until the damage is well underway. This isn't just theory. This is what I've seen again and again over my 4 decades in clinical practice. I'm Dr. Henry Caldwell, and if you care about elderly wisdom, I urge you to hear me out. I had a patient, Tom, a retired firefighter, 67 years old, still strong, still active. But he couldn't shake the constant nighttime bathroom trips. He ate well, he exercised, he avoided smoking and red meat. But his prostate kept growing. His symptoms worsened. Until we asked one simple question: what do you drink when you wake up? His answer? A big glass of freshly squeezed orange juice. Every day. For years, we removed it. 2 weeks later, his nighttime urgency was cut in half. No medication, no surgery. Just awareness and adjustment. That's the heart of a healthy aging lifestyle: learning, adjusting, and honoring the wisdom that comes with age. You see, fruit juices, even the no sugar added kind, are sugar bombs in disguise. When you juice fruit, you strip away the fiber, leaving behind concentrated fructose. That fructose spikes your blood sugar and triggers internal inflammation. Over time, inflammation becomes chronic. And in soft tissues like the prostate, that inflammation equals swelling. It's easy to say, but it's natural. And sure, it is. But 5 oranges squeezed into 1 glass isn't how nature intended us to consume them. And for the aging male body, this daily sugar spike can lead to serious long-term effects, especially for men already managing an enlarged prostate. High blood sugar levels are linked directly to increased prostate volume. And those early morning sugar spikes hit hard, especially on an empty stomach. Worse still, the acids in these juices can interfere with medications and irritate the gut lining, which, as we'll explore later, is more connected to your prostate than you might think. This is more than a health tip. This is a senior home safety alert for your internal organs. In the same way we declutter our homes after 60 to remove tripping hazards, we need to start decluttering our morning routines, clearing out what once felt harmless but now quietly harms. That's not about deprivation. It's about clarity. That's elderly wisdom in action. Because what you drink in those first waking moments may be shaping your prostate health for the rest of the day and the rest of your life. And as shocking as it is, this juice mistake is only the beginning. Next, we'll talk about something even more common, even more comforting, and yet far more damaging when consumed on an empty stomach. But before we continue, if you're finding this eye-opening, take a moment to subscribe. I've got more tips rooted in real experience, designed for men who believe aging can still mean thriving. Hit that bell and stay with me. It's a ritual as old as time. The aroma of a dark, rich brew. The warmth of the mug between your fingers. The first sip that wakes you up like nothing else can. But what if I told you that this comforting routine, especially when done on an empty stomach, could be slowly working against you? I've seen it time and again in my practice. Men in their 60s and beyond, struggling with urinary urgency, pelvic discomfort, and interrupted sleep. They eat clean. They exercise. They don't smoke. Yet something still stirs the fire in their lower body. And more often than not, it's that strong black coffee first thing in the morning. Now, let me be clear. Coffee is not the enemy. I love a good cup myself. But for healthy aging men, the timing, strength, and quantity of that coffee can make all the difference. Why? Because caffeine is a stimulant, but not just to your brain. It stimulates your nervous system and, more importantly, your bladder muscles. That means you feel the need to urinate more often, even if your bladder isn't full. And when this happens day after day, year after year, that constant stimulation can lead to inflammation, right where it hurts the most. Your prostate. You see, the prostate sits just below the bladder. And when your bladder is irritated or overactive, that stress cascades downward. Over time, this persistent irritation can enlarge the prostate and aggravate conditions like BP, benign prostatic hyperplasia. This is where elderly wisdom becomes critical. At this stage of life, every choice you make in the morning sets the tone for your entire day. That includes your choice of drink. Strong coffee, especially without food, also brings acidity into the equation. Acid irritates the stomach, irritates the bladder, and stirs inflammation in the pelvic region. And because coffee is a diuretic, it pulls water from your system, dehydrating you, making your urine more concentrated and acidic, which only compounds the issue. Think of it like pouring lemon juice onto a paper cut every single morning. One patient comes to mind, Richard, a retired pilot, 72. 2 straw mugs of coffee before breakfast every day for over a decade. He couldn't figure out why he was waking up 4 times a night, struggling to sit through a movie, or feeling constant pressure down low. We made 3 changes. 1. Switch to a lighter roast. 2. Drink it after breakfast. And 3. Cut down to 1 cup. 2 months later, he walked into my office smiling. "Doc," he said, "I didn't realize how much that coffee was messing with me." His sleep improved. His urgency faded. And not a single pill was needed. This is what I mean by prostate health for seniors. It's not just about treating problems. It's about understanding the body's changing needs and adjusting with wisdom and care. So no, coffee is not evil, but drinking it the wrong way, at the wrong time, with a body that's no longer 30, can quietly sabotage your wellness after 60. And yet, even this isn't the biggest threat in your morning routine, because there's one more drink, one that feels completely innocent, a staple in households across America. And for many, it's hiding in plain sight, right in your refrigerator. In the next part, we'll uncover this final morning drink. It's not just irritating. It could be the single most common cause of unnecessary prostate inflammation I see in men over 60. But before we move on, take a moment. If this spoke to you, share it with someone you care about. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. This is how we spread real insight, grounded in decades of practice, to men who deserve better mornings, better health, and a better life. It's a drink we were all raised on. Glass of milk with breakfast. Milk with cereal. Milk for strong bones. For decades, we were told it was one of the healthiest choices we could make. And in many ways, that was true. But as the body ages, truth evolves. What once nourished us may now quietly inflame us, especially if that milk is cold, and especially if you drink it in the morning. Let me tell you why. Most men don't realize that as we age, our ability to digest lactose, the sugar found in dairy, decreases. This decline isn't sudden. It creeps in. One day your stomach feels a little bloated. Another day, there's an unexplained discomfort after breakfast. And slowly, silently, your body starts fighting what it once welcomed. You may not break into hives or have extreme reactions, but low-grade lactose intolerance can trigger subtle inflammation in your gut. And here's the part most men don't know. Your gut and your prostate are connected in more ways than one. Through the nervous system, through immune pathways. Inflammation in your digestive system can echo downward, creating irritation and swelling in the pelvic region, especially in the prostate gland. I've spent decades focused on prostate health for Seniors, and the pattern is clear. Cold dairy, especially first thing in the morning, doesn't just make digestion sluggish. It adds stress to an already sensitive system. Think about it. You're waking up. Your body's temperature is low. Your digestive enzymes are just getting started. Then suddenly, you drop a glass of cold milk into that environment. It's a shock. It slows digestion. It creates a bottleneck. And for a digestive system that's 65 or older, that extra effort can trigger systemic inflammation. Inflammation that doesn't just stay in your gut. I had a patient named Leonard, 74 years old. A sharp man, retired accountant, very disciplined. His morning routine never changed. Cereal with cold milk at exactly 7 a.m. every day. No exceptions. But his prostate symptoms kept worsening. The urgency, the discomfort, the sleepless nights. Nothing seemed to work until we made one small shift. We replaced his cold dairy milk with warm oat milk. Same cereal, same time. Just a gentler option for his aging digestive system. Within 3 weeks, his symptoms began to ease. It wasn't a miracle. It wasn't a drug. It was biology. Elderly wisdom in action. When we talk about men's wellness after 60, we're not just talking about cutting things out. We're talking about tuning in, listening to what your body needs now, not what it needed 30 years ago. Processed milk, especially the pasteurized, homogenized kind, is stripped of natural enzymes. These enzymes used to help us digest it easily. But without them, and with a slower digestive tract, milk can become more burden than benefit. That's why I often recommend men explore senior prostate diet alternatives like warm plant-based milks or simply consuming milk later in the day when digestion is more active. It's not about quitting what you love. It's about meeting your body where it is, not where it used to be. And remember, it's not just about one drink. It's about how that drink interacts with your system, your gut, your bladder, your prostate. This is the kind of small shift that creates a ripple effect. A change in your morning can change your night. And if you've ever laid awake at 2 a.m., staring at the ceiling, wishing you didn't have to get up to pee for the 3rd time, you know how precious that is. So ask yourself, what's sitting in your fridge right now? Is it fueling your comfort or your discomfort? These are the details that define a healthy aging man. It's no longer about being tough. It's about being wise. In the next part, we'll tie all this together, and I'll give you practical strategies to reset your mornings, support your elderly urinary health, and protect your prostate without giving up the joys of breakfast. But before we go there, I want to invite you, if this message resonates, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another man who's trying to age with strength and clarity. You're not alone, and the changes that matter most often begin with the smallest steps. A new morning, a new you, resetting your routine for prostate health and peace of mind. Let's pause for a moment. You've heard the warning signs: fruit juices that spike inflammation, coffee that rattles your bladder, cold milk that weighs down your gut. Each of these habits, innocent on their own, can slowly chip away at your well-being after 60. But here's the good news. None of this is about fear. It's about freedom. Because when you know better, you can choose better. And that's the heart of elderly wisdom: seeing the patterns, understanding the body's changes, and gently adjusting your course before things get worse. What you do in the first hour of your day sets the tone for the next 20-3. This is why I often tell my patients, your senior morning drink may be the most powerful medicine or the slowest poison you take all day. Instead of chasing energy through sugar and acid, ask, what would support my body right now? What does my prostate need today? Let me offer a few simple, sustainable shifts that support prostate health for seniors without turning your life upside down. First, hydrate with purpose. Begin your morning with a glass of warm water, maybe with a slice of lemon if your stomach can tolerate it. This jumpstarts digestion, supports kidney function, and softens the body's overnight dehydration without overstimulating the bladder. You'd be surprised how many symptoms resolve simply by choosing the right temperature and timing. Second, if you love juice, enjoy it in moderation and never on an empty stomach. Better yet, eat the whole fruit. That way you keep the fiber, which slows down sugar absorption and helps regulate insulin, reducing one of the silent drivers of prostate growth. This aligns perfectly with the most updated BPH diet tips I've seen in recent years. Third, reconsider coffee. I'm not saying give it up, but drink it after breakfast, not before. Choose a low-acid roast if possible, and keep it to 1 cup. For men struggling with elderly urinary health, this one shift alone has often brought more relief than any supplement or pill. Fourth, rethink milk. Warm it. Switch to a gentler plant-based option like oat or almond milk. If you notice bloating, discomfort, or increased urgency after dairy, trust that feeling. The body whispers before it screams. And respecting those whispers is part of men's wellness after 60. These are not restrictions. These are recalibrations. They reflect the truth every healthy aging man must face. Your body is not in decline. It's just evolving. And your habits must evolve too. In the same way we downsize our homes for comfort and safety, we can downsize our morning routines, removing the chaos, the triggers, and the things that no longer serve us. This isn't just about prostate health. It's about peace of mind. It's about clarity. And I want you to remember something as we close this chapter. The changes you make today may be invisible now, but they will echo in the quality of your sleep, the strength of your bladder, and the confidence you carry into each day. Because you don't need another alarm to tell you it's morning. Your body has been sounding that alarm through discomfort, through urgency, through that quiet voice asking, is this normal? So here's the answer. Maybe it was once, but now you know better. You've walked with me through the real science, through real stories, and through decades of experience treating men just like you. And if this content spoke to something in your life, you're not alone. Take this moment to reflect, take a breath, and take action. Because the first thing you drink tomorrow morning can be the first step toward a better night, a healthier prostate, and a life that flows easier. If you found this video helpful, like it, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to the channel. Tap the bell so you don't miss the ray. Next conversation we'll have about senior prostate diet, healthy aging men, and the lifestyle choices that build longevity with purpose. You deserve mornings that empower you. And your prostate? It deserves peace. Thank you for being here.